Hello, good morning, good night, good evening from wherever you're watching me from, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Valerie. If you're new here, subscribe, like and share my videos. We are on a road to 1,000 subscribers to meet the minimum, YouTube threshold. Karibuni. So today I want to just engage, having lived in Nairobi and in Bungoma, and I'm just gonna share with you my experiences in the city and in this kind of rural town, or why can I say it's in the city versus my life in Bungoma versus Nairobi. So I have been in Bungoma for close to 1.5 years. It's gonna be 2 years sometime in July this year. So I have had enough experience for me to compare how this felt from how life felt away from how life feels away from the city of Nairobi. I'm not gonna try make it sound like Nairobi is harsh or Nairobi is bad. Nairobi is actually a place where most youths my age are, and it's a very lucrative place to start your career, for business, for exposure, for all that. In fact, the economy of the city supporting the economy of this country and the GDP of this country is Nairobi. So I think I moved out of Nairobi because I just wanted a change of environment. Nairobi itself I can't say it is as calm as where I am right now, Bungoma. So that's why I want to share my experiences in both this side A and side B of of life where I have stayed or lived rather. So my reason as to why I moved out of Nairobi was because at that time I felt I needed to just change my environment because of my mental health, because of because I just wanted somewhere serene, I just wanted somewhere calm, I just wanted a place with fresh air. And such places in Nairobi are actually very far from the CBD. In Nairobi you'd rather compromise on fare in order to live in a quiet place, or be near the CBD but you're living in a noisy, rough, place. So I felt like, why not? So my company was good with it, and I moved. I got a transfer letter to Bungoma branch. I was comfortable, and today I'm gonna share with you my life in Bungoma versus Nairobi. I noted this down, so if you see me look down, it's my points I'm trying to read. So point 1 is the economical aspect of it. It is cheaper. Bungoma life has been cheaper economically. And by this I mean there's affordable food and services in Bungoma as compared to Nairobi. In fact, ever since I relocated to Bungoma, I've never bought things like majorly flour, cooking, ugali flour. I've never bought. I don't remember the last time I went to a supermarket for that. I'm normally just delivered here by my mom, or when she comes, visiting, she brings me the flour and other food stuff. And in Bungoma, there is normally the markets are full of food. It is a place where food is grown. It is a place where there is food security, and the prices are cheaper as compared to, you know, Nairobi. The groceries, fruits, vegetables, you look at that, even just shopping, it's not as you know, as highly priced as in Nairobi. Point two is proximity to home, to my parents, and, you know, aunties. When I was living in Nairobi, I used to feel kind of alone. I used to feel like this place is rough, and I actually felt like I'm just there on my own, to just figure out life on my own, to just figure out how to, you know, get to be an adult on my own. And it made me feel alone, because, you know, for one, even if you'd hang out with friends, you know, it wasn't like they would be present and available at all times. So, and you see, everybody in Nairobi, even including my friends, used to be there for work, and, you know, everybody's in their own business there. Everybody's trying to chase and secure the bag. Everybody's trying to figure their lives out. They were also doing. So I felt that I had that feeling of, am I on my own? And how is this and this? And, you know, the environment itself is rough. There's noise where you're staying, maybe, or wherever you go to work. And, you know, you can't be in a right mental space to even figure out how you're gonna learn to manage your finances, how you're gonna learn to pay your bills adequately, and even figure out multiple sources of income. You see, personally, I normally need a quiet environment to just listen to myself, figure things out, research, you know, with no disruptions, with nothing rough on me, with not arriving in the house feeling tired. You know, I normally want to be re-energized throughout the day. 24 hours, I'm just 100% battery. I'm just charged, fully charged at 100%. You know, and so I find Bungoma as having, you know, met that requirement as far as the environment. Not the environment. I was talking of proximity to home and family. And you see, now I found out that I was closer home. I felt more secure. I felt like, you know, if I can just be meeting my aunties in town here, I can just see my aunties, I just see my parents here. If it's my dad coming over to Bungoma and he passes by, I felt, you know, that used to feel so good. You know, you can bond with your mother. You bond more with your mother, other than, you know, when you're far with them. And, you know, it used to feel like I'm just on my own. I'm just on my own. My parents, I'd actually see my parents maybe just twice in a year. But nowadays, we meet, they can pass by. I can see my aunties and feel like, oh, I'm home and I'm loved. You know, we can just interact with them, and, you know, it creates a good and strong bond with just having with proximity to my family, and also home, you know, and also being closer to home. I can visit whenever, as frequent as possible, because I don't need to spend easy coach fare the way I used to be in Nairobi. And yeah, that's all. Point three is all about the environment, as I have highlighted before. The calm, quiet, environment with just fresh air, green, a lot of green trees, you know. It's also mentally healthy to be in such like an environment. So I came to Bungoma, and comparing it with where I used to stay in Nairobi, most people in Nairobi will tell you you can even live on 7th floor. And you know, the challenges there used to be like you live on story buildings. There is so much cold in Nairobi. There is, you know, the challenge of getting to even just bask in the sun. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but where would you bask when you're living on maybe 4th floor, 5th floor, and maybe the story building has maybe eight floors? So it would be challenging to just, you know, figure out how I'm gonna get to the rooftop. You know, that it would involve climbing stairs where buildings never used to have maybe lifts. So the thoughts of just getting to climb stairs to get to the rooftop itself would be tiring. And you know, at the end of the day, you find people locked themselves the whole weekend just in their houses. You're not even basking maybe your kids out into the sun for vitamin D. A big challenge. Yourself, you're missing out on that. And the environment itself, it's kind of noisy because Nairobi businesses operate 24/7. It's not like in Bungoma where people, some people even retire to bed at 8. So talk of the environment, Bungoma has been quiet. Bungoma has been calm with fresh air. And that has been good. It has been fair on my side. It has been peaceful on my side. And, you know, I'm thriving. Point 4 is about the community. A community of simple and understanding people. You know, in Nairobi, no one cares. That tout in a matatu or in that bus, in that super metro, they are there to also look for money. Everybody in Nairobi wakes up to look for money, including chokoras on the streets. They are there to look beyond the watch out of people who cannot be careful with their personal items, wakusaidia kuweka, quote unquote. So the fact that I'm living in a community of people who are understanding, people who are just you know, who are simple, they're calm, they're not as rough as people in Nairobi. Nairobi people, the community in Nairobi is actually rough because, you know, you can be staying in an apartment where your neighbor is Meru, the other one is maybe Congolese even. You see, already there is a cultural barrier there, language barrier there, and people in Nairobi are there for their own businesses. No one would care. Why are you looking hungry? Why are you looking sad today? No one would ask you that. No one cares about you, you know. And I'm not saying that it's that about everybody, because once you establish maybe a community of you and your friends to check on each other, that's again different. But I'm trying to just talk about the community generally. Yes, so you know, getting along with simple people who are understanding, who understand your language, vernacular language, and you understand each other even, you know, in terms of culture, is quite different, and it's quite easier. And you know, I have nothing against it. Hey, now point number 5 is easy communication and interaction. I think I've highlighted that in point number 4. You see, the fact that I live with people who are from my culture, majority are from my culture, majority understand of course it's also a mix up. They understand Swahili, they understand Luya, they understand English, and you know, it makes me easy to interact with them. It makes me easy to, you know, get to you know, learn more about how business in Bungoma can survive, or can be run as compared to in Nairobi. In Nairobi, you find out that most people there, most business people there are either Kikuyu or Kamba. That already puts me in a difficult category, difficult maybe facet of me having to interact with them, maybe culturally, you know. Tribalism is actually real. Those people can even tend to maybe share out their secrets with people from their tribes, but people from different tribes, it can be challenging for you to inquire from them. Now, to inquire from them or learn business from them, it can't be as easily teachable to you as compared to maybe people from their, you know, it's actually still that way, even in offices, by the way, when you're looking for work and all that. But I'm not trying to rule out these as being the order of the day. I'm actually just trying to compare how it's easier here as compared to Nairobi. Point number 6. Traffic jam, and traffic jam. In Nairobi, you can be done with your work at 5 in the evening, and you get to the house 2 or even 3 hours later. Hapo katikati, I used to feel like my time is just being wasted. Or as soon as you get to the house, you just fall asleep. You just feel sleepy. And imagine you're feeling sleepy and yet you've not eaten. You're feeling sleepy, and you know, it used to be a bit of a challenge, because you'd compromise on your evening meals because you're too tired to even just cook. You're too tired. Umeshinda kwa gari, umechoka. You've arrived, umechoka. So that way, and also the fact that it would take some 2 hours to get to the house. I used to feel like these 2 hours are valuable to do ABCD. These 2 hours are valuable to just have a sit down and do some research on my laptop. These 2 hours, something, you know. You know, traffic jam, those delays, and the fact that, you know, especially when it would rain. Places, my friends from, or colleagues from Rongai, for instance, it would be challenging for them fare-wise, because fare would be hiked just because it has rained, and still there is traffic jam on their way back to their houses. So that is that for Nairobi. But I don't know, I just hope but with the traffic jam and congestion in Nairobi, it's not gonna end anytime soon. In fact, there are more people who are yet to buy personal cars and contribute to that. But I'm not trying to say it is a challenge in every big city, even in Kampala, even in Eldoret, even in Mombasa, it is. But you know, there is that as compared to Bungoma. In Bungoma, there is no jam. If I write down my shopping list and everything I need to maybe stock in my house. I get my delivery guy, tunaenda, I get the shopping, and just in 40 minutes I'm back to my house with grocery, with shopping and everything. Hakuna kuwa na jam kwa barabara. And you know, and you know, I'm a kind of impatient person. So if I save time like that, you know, it's thrilling to me. It's it's actually encouraging to me if you can save time just having run errands like that. Yes, that is point 6. Point 7 is exposure penetration. What is exposure? So in terms of, maybe if I can put it in layman's terms, exposure is basically, you know, the aspect of the modern life being the modern life and technology reaching to places that were uncivilized, maybe to people that were uncivilized before, or less, you know, less, how can I put it, or that were less, because I don't want to use the same term exposure, that were less in knowledge of such technological and living standards before. So the fact that, and thanks to technology, because nowadays I can just be in my room here in Bungoma, and maybe I'm attending a Google meeting with someone in Dubai or someone in India. Now that I work remotely, you know, and you know, in the, or rather, there are also YouTube videos you can watch and just be at the same level as someone living in Nairobi. For as long as I have my Wi-Fi network, I can stream in videos and just watch what I want to watch and learn what I want to learn on YouTube, and maybe research on anything I want, and you know, keep up with the trend in terms of exposure, in terms of fashion, the way I you know, something that I like, in terms of interior design, something that I like, in terms of you know, office etiquette, office matters, office conduct, business conduct, you know, the country and the political you know, trends in the country and all that. You know, the exposure there is key. In terms of, to add on to that, you realize even the community in Bungoma, through exposure, they are high, and there are available high-end services: pedicure, manicure, massage, gym and fitness, and also quality healthcare. If you wanted a high-tech, you know, or a quality facilities in terms of medication, there are hospitals in Bungoma that are private, and you know, they have the facilities, right? If you wanted quality manicure and pedicure, your nails done right, there is exposure enough for that also. If you wanted to keep fit, there are gyms in Bungoma also. So I think the fact that Kenya is growing in every country, and that is a thumbs up thing. Yes. So point 8 is healthy living. What do you know, healthy living? What do I mean by that? There is healthy food stuff, fruits and vegetables grown here in Bungoma as compared to Nairobi. I've just the other day I was watching news, and you know, there are still cases of people growing vegetables in sewages in Dandora in Nairobi, and you know, wherever they sell those vegetables or even fruits, You know, the people who buy those fruit have no idea where they're coming from, and at times they are from work, they are too tired, they can't even, you know, it can't even cross their minds that those foods are, you know, are not as safe. And you know, it's not even that they can't even, it never crosses their mind. And same to the food, maybe the vegetables and fruits that have been refrigerated over maybe close to 2 weeks, three weeks in freezers and fridges in the supermarkets. You see, you can't compare the quality of such food to food that has just come from the has just been harvested from the shambas in Bungoma. And I can say thanks to quality farming, you are assured of fresh food. You are even 100% sure that the meat you are eating is from a cow in Bungoma, as compared to maybe Naivasha, as compared to Nairobi, where there are cases of donkeys just being slaughtered, and you know, people are being fed donkey meat, you know, obliviously they're eating donkey meat. Such cases are there. So I can say life of country has that as the advantage as far as healthy living is concerned. I have a disclaimer to this. I think I'm out of Nairobi because I'm able to I work independently. I am a freelancer and a part-time business person. So I'm not trying to say if you're living in Nairobi you're doomed. Personally, I don't live 100% of my time in Bungoma, because why, you know, there are times you miss just going to vlog from the malls, or you just miss pedicure or getting a shelf from somewhere in Imaradaima Mall in Nairobi. Nairobi is still fancy. I'm a fancy girl, and I still, you know, I still treasure Nairobi experiences in terms of modernity, because one, they are way ahead. They are way ahead of, you know, this Bungoma I'm talking about. But I'm just trying to say the balance has been worth it. The retreat has been worth it. And even if today I got a better paying job in Nairobi, why would I hesitate going back to Nairobi? I'm not trying to you know, to speak it as Nairobi is the worst place, but Nairobi is actually just having it. It actually has its pros and cons, you know. And for maybe my friends who work there, it's kudos to them, because it's a worthwhile place to even get experiences, get your career moving, get your career, you know, thrive, get your businesses and business ideas from. There is nothing ill I'm trying to capitalize here about Nairobi, but I'm just trying to say that Nairobi itself can be rough. It can get rough, and it's always good to even get a balance of maybe a staycation. Those of you who cannot be able to relocate from the city can get a staycation the way I mentioned in my previous vlog. You can just get maybe off days and be spending them out of Nairobi. It can help mentally. Or you can also choose to stay away from the city. Stay far away from the city, where you can also just enjoy your peace of mind, your fresh air, a calm environment, a serene place to stay, you know, away from it's advisable. There's even a doctor friend of mine she's a lecturer at KCA University. She thought it wise to just buy land in Ngong, build her house there, and it's nice. It's even better than it's even better than here in Bungoma, because in Ngong is quiet. It's a silent kind of place of residence, and it is good. It is peaceful there. It is also thriving for the fact that people have realized, landowners have realized, their clients are preferring silent places of residence. And I'm not advertising, but go get land if you're in a position to, or just go rent a place far away from the distractions of the city. Let you just be in a noisy matatu, but you're going back home to a very quiet place, a quiet and serene environment for your mental health, to just secure your mental health and let that boost your productivity at work or in your everyday life, to secure the bag. Hey, and otherwise, there's a downside to just sitting back and being like, I'm not saying that I do so, but being also too comfortable somewhere because it has been a comfortable place to stay or live, can also be a downside, because there are less opportunities here in Bungoma as compared to Nairobi. So that's why I normally, thanks to my wisdom, my little bit wisdom, that I recognize that I need to still be going to the city to just visit my friends, find out how they're doing, and still apply jobs in Nairobi. I still do, because I can't say I'm too young to just come back here and behave like a retiree. I've not yet achieved enough to make me decide that this is the place. I'm yet to, and I'm still pursuing. I still need to experience and explore. I still need to travel to Nanyuki and see how life there is. I still need to maybe travel to Malindi. I'm too young to just be comfortable in Bungoma and say that apart from Nairobi, I still need, for instance, when I visited my cousin sister in Nakuru, I realized Nakuru is also a super metropolitan, quiet place. And I was thinking of what if I move from Bungoma to Nakuru, because it is also a well-to-do place, because it's a metropolitan city and it's not as congested as Nairobi is. So life is for the living, and we are here today, gone tomorrow, and tomorrow is not guaranteed. So explore, live, discover. And I think that is the end of my today's sharing. I hope this helps. I hope this uplifts somebody. I hope it builds somebody, and that somebody has a different view on life. Otherwise, support me, share, like this video, and subscribe. Don't just view and pass. Thank you. My name is Valerie. Let us meet in our next video. Bye.